just-in-time accessories. Definitely have the bling and everything in between. TeAma Copeland is your independent paparazzi agent. Join her live online Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join her on Facebook at TeAma Sweetness Copeland or her fan page, Just in Time Accessories, or you can find her on YouTube at TheAnthonyBrownShow. That once again is Just in Time Accessories. Everything is only $5. Nickel and lead-free jewelry. TeAma Copeland, independent paparazzi agent. Just in Time Accessories. Definitely have the bling and everything in between. Check her out.
The Shepherd's Heart AME Church of Royal Palm Beach. Contemporary worship for this present age. At the Shepherd's Heart, we're centered on Christ, focused on family, and united in love. We are a come-as-you-are church. No dress code, no judgment, no kidding. The Shepherd's Heart AME Church, where the pastor is yours truly, Reverend Liam South. We're an out-of-the-box ministry. Come, break out of the box with us.
The Anthony Brown Show and the A.T.L Show now have merchandise available for purchase. You can purchase your merchandise at the link located in the description section below the video. We have male and female shirts, male and female tank tops, jerseys, hoodies, and onesies for your infants. Yes, everything you need in apparel, we have it here. The Anthony Brown Show, along with the A.T.L Show. The A.T.L Show shirts proudly say we are the blueprint, and the Anthony Brown shirts grind until you shine. Get yours today.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, and more welcome. Welcome to the Anthony Brown Show. This segment we call the A.T.L Show. I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. I wanted to remind everybody before I introduce my panel of guests tonight, make sure you definitely hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. We appreciate it so much. It would mean the world to us. We are on our road to 5,000 subscribers. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Also, again, I'm the Anthony Brown Show. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter. I'm joined tonight by my beautiful panelists tonight. I have Miss Bold and Beautiful, Lip Glosses Poppin', Miss T Savage.
Hey, everybody.
TeAma was with us. I guess she lost the signal, but she'll be back in a few minutes. Oh, there she is. I'm also joined by TeAma Sweetness.
Hey, everybody.
Stop looking at me, Mama.
She's on baby duty tonight. And I'm also joined by our male co-host, Mr. Fashionista himself, Mr. Legacy the Great.
A.T.L, ho.
Tina said, hey.
Hey, Tina Mo.
And also tonight's topic, as you all know, is we're conversating with mothers of LGBT children. And tonight I've invited a few parents. And the two that have shown up thus far is Miss Simmons.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Aphrodite.
And the lady in red, Miss Miss Adrian herself. Miss Adrian, I am so sorry. Don't cuss me out, please.
You know I got some words for you, but I'm gonna say that for later. Hi, y'all. Thank you for having me.
Hi, Miss Adrian.
Hi, Legacy. What's it about that?
We just got on the show.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna behave. Hi, y'all. How you doing, Miss Simmons? Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, behave for about 30 minutes, and then you gonna let me have it.
Okay.
Y'all better get that in writing.
Yeah.
Miss Melanie, she already told me she's gonna be a few minutes late for her previous obligation, so she's gonna be here in about 25 more minutes. She'll be here. So we're waiting for Miss Simmons, Miss Melanie. So while we're waiting for her, as you all know, I often go through Instagram and I find different things just to talk about or to congratulate or whatever. So I just want to bring up this here. This is a young man here that he's a game changer. He's a senior. He scores $1.6 million in scholarships. And he's also accepted into 40 different colleges, major universities and colleges. So Black excellence, Black folks are doing it. So, so that was a great thing. And if that wasn't enough, check this one out. You have 8 students that also earned their college degree while they were still in high school.
Oh, dang.
So they were doing dual enrollment. They were enrolled in both university as well as high school.
Yes. Come on, young folks. Come through.
That's what's up.
Holding it down. Yes.
Yes.
That's some Black excellence right there. I tell you.
Yes, it is.
Talk about no childhood, no playing, no hanging out with the kids. No, I gotta do my homework. I gotta study.
Got no time.
They missed that college time too. They'll go back and revisit, I'm sure.
They missed their college and their high school, but guess what? They are degreed.
That's right.
Definitely.
Come on now.
Definitely.
Yes, indeed. So proud of them.
That's something to be proud of, I tell you.
That's right. I know their mom and dad.
Congrats to their parents as well.
Exactly.
Congratulations.
Being that the month of June is actually it's 2 things to be observed. One is definitely is Father's Day month.
You know it.
So we
all
want to
the
give
time, all the time.
We want to give honor to the special men in our lives throughout the month of June, not just on Father's Day, but throughout the entire month of June. We want to, give shout out.
Hold on. Stop that. Not just through the month of June, every damn day. Cause I'm not a father just in June.
Okay.
Don't start some shit tonight. God damn. You get to the first 10 minutes.
Okay.
In 10 minutes, you come over with this bull crap.
You feel better about yourself now, Legacy?
Yes, it is, Nadine. Y'all, that's my sister Nadine from Baltimore. I've invited quite a few folks to come in on this.
What?
Hey,
Nadine. How you doing? Father.
Nadine said, hey, Mello
say
said
what
father.
He just said. Go back and let her read what that man just said.
I can't read tonight. I'm just
now you don't know how to read?
No.
I can see fathers.
That's what phonics work for me. I'm not doing it with you tonight, sir.
Love you, Savage.
Well, since
I love you too.
We honored the mothers last month, we're honoring the fathers this month. That's why I say it for the month of June.
All right.
Hey, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy. That's
hey,
my
Wendy.
daughter-in-law.
Who is that?
That's my niece.
That's
hey,
my daughter-in-law, my oldest son's wife.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
appreciate y'all.
I thought it was from the restaurant. I was going to say, it's Wendy hot and juicy?
Man.
Her man thinks so. Oh, God.
And we don't even want to get him started.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Hey,
okay, we appreciate that, Don Allen.
Miss Beverly is coming. Okay.
Miss Beverly
is the update.
Thanks. Yeah, we invited, I think, 5 mothers tonight, or 5 parents, and Coincidentally, they all happen to be mothers. Let's see. Who is this here? Hey, everybody.
Hey, Nadine.
Hey, Miss Nadine.
Yeah, that's probably one of my oldest friends. Her birthday is the day before mine. That's my
Okay.
Hey, Francie.
my people came through. Come on
Francie
through,
said, hey,
family.
y'all.
That's my other little daughter, Kat. They came through to support the team here.
That was
Yeah,
We
Kat.
appreciate it.
that's what's
Yeah,
up.
that's
What's
That's
up,
it.
Kat? How you doing, Kat?
Well, all you new viewers and new watchers and new people that's coming on tonight to support Miss Adrian, also support the channel. Click that subscribe
Yes.
button. Click that subscribe button
Yes,
and
my
click that
people
like
come
button.
through.
It costs you
They
nothing.
will.
It costs you nothing. I appreciate that as much as possible. So anyway, tonight's topic, like I said, we're gonna have a conversation with parents of the LGBTQIA XYZ LMNOP community.
That's good. Francie said all is great. That's what's up, Kat. Ain't see you in a minute. We
Hey,
got to link up.
Gary.
Hey, Gary. That's my boy, Gary. That's his friend, too. Hey, Gary. Listen, Gary off the chain, honey. Gary
Gotta
be
get him
twerking
on.
out.
Is that Gary with the T on the Ricky Smiley Show?
Damn near.
Okay. They're coming in, boy.
Hey, Gary, boo. Didn't Pride Month used to be earlier than this? Did they push it back?
Actually, what it was in Florida, in Orlando, Gay Pride was always the first Saturday in Orlando for Disney. It was Gay Pride, Gay Disney. But then, because of all of the states throughout the United States started having Pride on different days, they just say Pride is the whole month of June.
Okay.
So the month of June is Father's Day month, and also Gay Pride. So we're commemorating two special things for this month. And also, I don't know if y'all noticed too, like the little right there where your names are located. Last month it was red.
Pink.
This month it's pink for the ladies. So I changed it this morning.
Okay.
So let's see here.
I don't say you forgot the V.
Okay.
I guess we stuck. What's that mean?
Yeah.
He's talking to Legacy in some secret brotherly language that we don't understand.
What is you talking about? What is you
Either
talking
y'all
about?
got an inside joke, y'all got to share it with the panel. We don't know what y'all got going on in their peanut brain.
I can't see right now, so I didn't know he said.
You can read?
If you take
I can't see.
If you take Ray Charles off, you can see.
I can't. Ray Charles helped me to see a little better. They
Mello
don't
say, why they
right
playing
now.
with my mom?
You better believe it.
They let the fathers are sharing the month with the gays.
Okay.
You got a problem with that?
Mello said, why they playing with the mud?
Oh man, Mello retarded.
I have another short video I want to show y'all real quick, and I thought my heart kind of went out the first time I saw it. This is the scene. Let me set the tone and set the scene. The scene is a young man, a young teenage boy. He's trying on some shoes at a local department store with, I guess, his uncle or friend or somebody. So in the midst of him trying on shoes, he don't realize that his father, who's been away in prison for X number of years, is home. So his father is going to surprise him. Here it goes.
Ciao, T. How do you fit? A little tight.
Wow.
He didn't even know that was his dad.
I saw that and I even teared up a little bit. I was like, wow, that was so amazing, so touching. So what y'all thought about that video?
I like doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know how I feel. I'm definitely for all of that right there.
Okay.
Definitely.
I love to see stuff like that.
Definitely.
Anthony, how do you feel about that?
It's wonderful when fathers get reunited with their children after being away for so long.
Right. That was 8 years, so I can imagine.
Ooh.
I'm trying to figure out why you had to say it like that, Legacy. Melo said dope. But yeah, that was a nice video.
Indeed.
It's nice. Felt all warm and fuzzy inside, like I just had a shot of something. Felt good. Are you hugging yourself?
He's having a moment.
I tell you, the life of the lonely, boy.
He's having a moment.
Melo says that bad choice of words.
What, bro?
Dope.
Oh God! Nobody even thought.
Nobody even thought of it. I hear it so much. I wouldn't even thought of it that way.
Okay, that was the least of our thoughts.
I missed it because I don't know what he's talking about.
He said dope.
Oh, no, not a bad choice of words. What?
Nothing. You have.
Nadine said that's beautiful. Love it. No, I get it now. But
love it.
Melo said, shut up. That's why they taking your one.
Melo trying to start something. Listen.
That's why his month getting taken. How about that?
His month is being shared. His month is being shared.
Ain't no month's getting taken around here. Ain't no month's getting taken.
It's being shared.
He already said it. He already said it was taken. So it's too late anyway. What you gonna do, Melo?
No. It can't be taken.
Yeah, that wasn't.
He said a long time.
Share it.
8 years. Yes, ma'am.
Jazzy Faye said same. I miss it too.
That's my daughter, y'all.
Hey, daughter.
That's my daughter.
Hit that subscribe button, girl.
Get it? But yeah, 8 years is a long time.
Yes, 8 years is a long time. I mean, that boy, that teenager, he looked like he was probably, what, 16, 17?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 8 years, wow. So he left when he was in elementary school.
Yeah.
But if you looked how the father slid up under him and adjusted the shoes, he didn't even know that was his dad that was dying now.
Because they hadn't seen him in 8 years.
He hadn't seen him in 8 years. So when he looked up and then the man talked to him, it took a minute for him to register that was his dad's voice, and that's when he looked up.
Right? Like, that voice sounded familiar. And just broke down in tears.
Yeah.
I have another video I want to show you guys and young ladies. And it kind of goes with tonight's topic. With the, parents of the LGBTQIAZXYZ elemental P community. But here's a video. This is Dwayne Wade's now daughter having a conversation via Zoom with my first lady, Michelle Obama.
Well, hey.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm so nervous, but how are you?
I'm doing great. How's it going? I hear you're slotting me in between school, so I feel very special.
No, I'll always make an exception for you. Of course.
How's it going? So proud of you. I've heard so much. Your dad was talking to my husband when they were in Hawaii. When you guys were in Hawaii, you were right down the street from us. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Oh, he didn't. He didn't say anything. So we've heard.
Apparently not.
We've already heard so many great things about you.
Oh my God.
What's going on? Tell me, what's on your mind?
I'm just nervous, but really excited.
Don't be nervous.
It's like I'm meeting an idol. I'm literally meeting an idol. But just preparing for this moment for so long. But I'm very excited today. Yes. I also get to miss one of my classes, so
Well, tell your teacher,
anything.
ask your teacher for forgiveness from me, because you're doing me a
I
favor.
definitely don't make the exception.
Yes,
make the exception.
Tell your teacher thank you.
Yes, of course I will.
Well, what's on your mind? What do you want to know? What do you want to talk about?
Yes, I actually did want to talk to you about, I wanted to ask you one question about your book, which, by the way, I have read and I love it. Divine. And yes, so I wanted to ask you, what advice do you have for teens who want to be themselves and thrive like you have and currently are?
Well, like you have and currently are, I mean, I am just so proud of you, being just an amazing role model and embracing your truth, right? You're already doing this, so maybe this is for some other young people that are listening.
I feel,
but let me just say, it does take time to know what your self is, for young people. So my first piece of advice is be patient with yourself. Number one, at your age or in the teenage years and probably through your 20s, you're going to be experimenting with so many versions of yourself, right? All young people are trying on different versions, different voices. They're learning more about their intellect. They're learning about what they love, what they're good at, what they like. This is the period of exploration. Right. And sometimes we put too much pressure on teenagers to know who you're going to be. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's what I write. It was a question that I hated. It's like, how am I supposed to? I'm 13. I'm 12. You're not supposed to know yet. Your job now as a teenager is not to have it all figured out, but to give yourself space and time to learn and grow. So that means you want to try a lot of things on. You want to read a lot of good books. You want to, you want to experiment with different friends and connect with people who are not like you sometimes, because sometimes it's the people who aren't like you who will show you a part of yourself that you never knew was there. And that's not necessarily what teenagers do. Teenagers are comfortable in their sameness. A lot of times they like to be in their clique, right? They like to be around people who look like them, who act like them, who like the same things, and they're trying that on. But what we do know is that growth comes with difference. Growth comes when you try on something new and you learn from that. So right now, I would just encourage young people to keep on exploring that, because it's a lifelong journey. And who you are today, no matter how confident you feel, by the time you're my age, almost 60, you will have tried on so many different versions of yourself, and hopefully I have more things to try on. So the journey of becoming and learning who you are, it never ends. You just continue to grow if you're lucky. Does that make sense? Awesome. What would you tell? What would you tell young people? I'm curious to know how you think about this.
I mean, based off my experiences, I'd probably say the same. Like, even right now, I'm trying to branch out and try more things. Of course, it's a very hard time to like expand your circle in coronavirus, but like even with friends, like I was very, like you described, I was like, oh, I only want to hang out with people who are like the same as me, or like we like the same interests. And I had this one friend, still a very good friend of mine, who was very different, and no one really thought that we'd be good friends. And now she's my best friend of 4 years, and I am so glad that because we all think that we thrive with people who are just like us. But I mean, I think getting a different perspective from someone else who isn't like you really helps. And that definitely helped me in becoming me and defining my truth. And she actually really helped me to become a better myself. And I'm really glad. And your advice is impeccable. I don't know if I can even expand on that, but yeah, I would definitely agree with you.
Pretty good job.
Oh yes, but I agree with you completely. I think that change, even though it's scary, is probably one of the most beneficial things in growth. And
the other thing I want to remind young people is that trying on different things now and building that muscle to be okay with change will allow you to be bigger as you grow, because a lot of people don't try new things because they're afraid of transition, right? They're afraid of the new thing, right? But everything good in life that's going to happen to you is going to require you to try something new. You know, going away to college is new, and it's and everything new takes some time to adjust to. You're going to feel out of place. You're going to feel nervous. It's going to take you a moment. You're going to feel apprehensive. You're going to be lonely, right? With the new thing. But guess what? In 4 weeks, in 6 weeks, the new thing will be the old thing. You'll be accustomed to that. And so a lot of people don't go to college because they're afraid of feeling alone, right? So you miss out on college. You don't try something new because you don't want to overcome that feeling, that first little period of discomfort that comes with trying something new. And then what happens when you want a new job or you have to move to a new city? What happens if you get an opportunity in a new country where you have to speak a new language, right?
Right.
You don't want to miss out on those kind of opportunities because you never learned how to approach something different and new and overcome the natural and normal and initial fear and hesitation. You get over that, right? That goes away. So that's something I want young people to keep in mind. Learn how to do something new. Learn how to do things that make you feel uncomfortable, because if you don't, then you're just stuck. You're just stuck where you are. You're stuck in the same place with the same people. And if you do that for decade after decade after decade, that's kind of sad, you know? That's not a way to live a life, right? And you know, that's just because you were afraid of, you never learned to embrace something new. So I want young people to practice embracing the new, because I don't want them to ever feel stuck in their lives, you know? And I think that you are the kind of individual that will never feel stuck. And I think that that's one of the important things you're offering to the audience that you're serving. It's like, break out of the same old thing and try something new, because the world will be your oyster and you will be able to do anything in life.
Exactly. Anything. Oh my God. Well, thank you for that wonderful piece of advice. I am so glad I got to talk to my idol today.
Well, hopefully I will see you in the flesh one day. I think we'll make that happen, you know?
Yes, we will. Of course.
Well, until then, work hard. Thank your teacher for allowing you to miss class on my behalf, okay? And give your family my love, all right?
Of course. All right. Bye.
All right, proud of you, babe.
That was an amazing.
Who's shaking their head? What is she
She said, I would like to know why you guys are shaking your head.
Well, I mean, if you were talking about me and Legacy the Great, it's because of the comments. Please do not take my husband that is commenting opinion as mine. That's why we were shaking our head.
Nadine said, going through this right now with my son, trying to keep him encouraged and helping him find what it is that he has the desire and passion to do. This is uplifting. Love the Obamas.
Mm-hmm.
Shonda's Blossom said, hello all. Hola.
I want to say, listen, Donnell, if you're out there listening, let Beverly know that I see her down in trying to come in, but I can't bring her in because she hasn't activated her microphone. So until she activates her microphone, I can't bring her in. So, but I do see her down below trying to come in. So Donnell, reach out to your mother-in-law.
I'm gonna say this. That was an awesome tribute. But I am gonna say that that I believe that the only reason that took place is because who that child's parents are. Any other reason she hasn't stepped out on any ledge and made those same type of to reach out to a normal person that when I say normal, I'm saying a non-celebrity type individual to make that type of call to do the same thing. It's kudos to her doing that, but if she's gonna do it, then she needs to make a journey around the world and do it for everybody else that she's the only reason she did that and it got that type of airplay is because who those individuals are, in no other
Right.
reason.
Can you go back to the last comment, Anthony? Shauna said, "Hey Nadine, I guess you meant to say I'm doing the same thing. Very inspirational words from Miss Obama." I mean, when Michelle said, "Thank your teachers for letting you miss class," ain't no teacher in their right mind gonna say you can't miss my class to go talk to Michelle Obama. So I was like, okay.
Okay, I want to get right into tonight's topic. Since we have two, I was trying to wait for the other parents to come on, but they said it'll be about 30 minutes, but it's already 33. And I don't want to hold up the interview, hold up the conversation, but I want to get right into it. One thing for sure, and two things for certain, I noticed that when most children or most individuals start finding themselves or discovering who they are and what they like and what they don't like, and quote unquote come out the closet, you always hear their side of the story. You hear that individual side of the story. It's very rarely that we hear the parent's point of view or the parent side of the story. And a lot of times, me as an individual, most times I often ask a lot of my friends, what would you do if one of your children was to come to you and say, hey, I'm gay? And it's just a hypothetical situation, a hypothetical question. But I often ask that of a lot of my friends. And in doing so, I say, well, this sounds like a topic that maybe need to be shared with the world, because I'm sure there's other parents that are also going through the same thing. And and just thinking from a parental point of view, because we as parents, you often say to yourself, in your mind, you already have this mapped out plan of how you're expecting your child to go through life. You're gonna go to school, you're gonna get an education, you're gonna go to college, you're gonna get a great job, you're gonna marry a significant other, his or her. You're gonna get this little white poodle, white picket fence, live happily ever after. But those are your plans for your child. But sometimes we as parents or we as adults, we never sit down and ask the child what is it they want for themselves. Like Michelle was saying in her speech with D-Wade's child, is sometimes that teenage years and the early 20s, that's that stage where you're trying to find who you are. You're trying to you're trying different things. It's like trying squash, trying turnips to see if you like it or don't like it. This could be a phase that Zaya is going through. Who knows? But one thing for sure, two things for certain, what I believe, and I feel that what D-Wade is doing, D-Wade and Gabrielle is doing is they're allowing this child to go through what it is that they're going through to discover themselves. Because what could theoretically happen is later in years, they could have feel resentment because the child resent them or hate them because you didn't allow me to find out who I am or discover this. And a lot of parents want to say, well, at that age, you really don't know, so I'm going to make these decisions for you. But again, that's what develops resentment. That's what develops hate. That will develop a standoffish, personality or attitude. So you don't want that to happen. So I want to hear from the parents on the panel and some of the parents in the comment section. How do you feel, or what went through your mind when you first discovered that your child was a part of the alphabet community, and at what age was it?
Who, me?
Yes.
Okay. My daughter came out to me when she was 13. She's 14 now. She came one day, sat on the bed with me, and was like, "Mom, can I talk to you?" And I was like, "What's up?" I've always made it very easy for all of my children to come and talk to me about anything. open conversation. And I've always told them, you know, I'm going to accept what you say. I might not like what you say. I might have an opinion on what you say, but I'm always going to accept what you have to tell me. And she told me, and she was like, Mom, I like girls. I got a girlfriend. Me, on one hand, I was ecstatic. I was happy, overjoyed. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. You can't bring me home. Not now, baby, playing with a girl. My husband, on the other hand, he was okay with the situation because she is a girl, but he was not overjoyed or happy about the situation, as you just read in the comments.
Mello said, not me. That's cool.
But he was he accepted it with a grain of salt.
Okay.
My mother, on the other hand, which is old school, the older generation was like, I feel like we need to talk to her about it and explain to her. Me being her mother, I told her, let her go. Listen, if at 18, 19, we want to revisit this conversation and she has a difference of opinion, I'm going to accept her and love her regardless of who she want to lay next to, because I don't have to wake up next to him every day. I don't have to answer for the choices that she decides to make. Did I give her all the facts on it? Yes, we talked about it and everything like that. I feel like she is old enough to understand the decision that she is making. She was old enough to explain to me why she made this decision, what she liked about this decision, what she disliked about this decision. So I feel like her head, she understands. It's not, I just like girls because, oh, my friend liked girls or anything. She was able to explain to me why this is the lifestyle that she wanted, and I'm accepting of it. If she ever comes to me and says she like boys or she like transgender, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Now, on the other hand, I feel like it's very easy for mothers and fathers to accept your girl coming to you saying that your girl likes girls, versus if your son come to you and say he likes boys. I will accept it. It will be a little harder for me to accept, but I'm still gonna love my son regardless.
Tish said it's about her parents, her, or is it about the platform? Mello said girls are better anyway. I can't.
Welcome, Miss Melanie.
Hey, Miss Mel.
Hi, how y'all doing?
Great. I want to tell you, Miss Melanie, just to get off topic for just a split second. Girl, you put your foot in that lasagna the other night. It was so good. Thank you.
That's a shame how you just eat. Just long as it's something to be in your mouth, you good to go.
Don't be hating because everybody loves me and don't love you.
Hey, Miss Melody.
How y'all doing?
Miss Adrian, same question. How old were you? What was your child when they told you, and how did you feel about it? And how did that conversation go?
It was weird. My daughter was 7 when she first told me that she wanted girls. She liked girls. And I asked her, why did she like girls? Why did she want a girlfriend? And she said, because men hit women. And I explained to her that women hit women. And that a lot of times with women, it can be worse because women are emotional creatures, period. Right. So now you've got two emotions built into one. So if you like somebody, you got to like them for them, not because you saw a man do something or because a man hit a woman and that was your reason. So she was about 7 when she said that. And then we didn't have the conversation anymore. And then I just started noticing that it sort of wasn't like a coming out type of thing. It was just like as she got older and as the years went on, I started seeing that she wasn't attracted to guys. She was more so attracted to women. My daughter's more like a loner. but she's 21 now.
Okay.
The difference in my daughter is pansexual. And for those who don't know what pansexual means, is that my daughter loves and is attracted to everybody. She's attracted to who's attracted to her. So, and to make it on a lighter note, if it's a man that she likes and is attracted to her, that's who she's attracted to. She's attracted to people and their emotions. So it's not so much from the way she described it to me, people who that are pansexual are not gender specific.
Right.
So she's specifically attached to one person or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she has also expressed that she favors women more than men, and she thinks she has a greater desire for women, but she loves who loves her. And I just kind of think you got to know my daughter to kind of understand where I'm going with this. Jasmine is a loner. She's a loner, so to speak. She's a person that she kind of goes through phases, but one phase that has never changed is her desire for liking women. That part has never changed.
Okay.
How I felt about it, I can't imagine having it. I don't feel one way or the other about it. If that's what she likes, that's what she likes. If that's what makes her happy, that's what makes her happy. I don't have a problem with it. I used to get more pushback from people in my family because they used to say to me, you need to make her wear girl clothes. I wouldn't be letting her wear no boy clothes. She wouldn't be doing that. She wouldn't be. Listen, if she don't want to wear skirts and dresses, I wasn't spending no money on skirts and dresses.
Okay.
Basketball shorts and tennis shoes is what she was comfortable in. That's what I bought her. But then let me also say this: my daughter's a big girl. Jasmine's like about 6'1". She always been athletic. She plays basketball. She lifts weights. She played flag football. She did shot put and discus. So she was sort of kind of like a tomboy anyway. So it just didn't fit her style to be. The last time she had on a dress was her 8th grade graduation. She walked in that prom, got down the hallway on that 8th grade prom, got halfway down the hall, then heels came up. She ain't had a pair of heels on since. So it's just like, but I've always been an open parent, and me and my children talk about everything. And my children have always been comfortable with talking to me about anything. So when she did have a girlfriend, she openly talked to me about it, just like I would my boys about their wives. You know what I mean? So it just kind of just happened. It's just I'm an unorthodox type of parent. People have always gotten on me about my parenting, but I'm just different. I just believe in allowing my children to be who they are. They are who they are, and it wasn't a subject. Like, I did go with her to her first Pride. What was it? The first Lake Worth had a pride parade or something.
Gay pride.
Like gay pride, like 2 years ago. That was the first time she ever went. She was a little bit nervous because Jasmine had social anxiety. So she was a little bit shit. I think I had more fun than she did. I had a ball, honey. I mean, I had a good time. So I try to do things with her openly. Like, I just want her to know that I'm there. I can't imagine my life with my daughter and me acting any way than I do because of who she chooses to be with in her personal life. Y'all know I'm pretty blunt and I'm trying to watch my mouth, but to put it bluntly, who and what she does in her business ain't no more my business than it is with who and what I do in her bedroom. That's my motto. She can do what she does in her personal time, her personal space, and in her room has any bearing on me or anybody else is always going to remain a mystery to me. And I believe I would feel the same way if my boys were gay. I just do. I honestly, because that's the type of person I am. So it's just cut and dry. It was like no big secret, no prerequisites, no I'm afraid to talk to you type thing. It just wasn't like that. It just happened. And I was like, okay.
Okay. Great. This is Miss Melanie, same question. At what age did you find out about your child? How did that conversation go? And how did you feel about it?
Thank you, cousin.
Carla said, "You're doing an awesome job, cousin Adrian."
Thank you, Sean.
Nadine said it looked like it.
I don't think Miss Melody can hear you, Tony.
She said she can't hear us. You gotta turn your volume up and unmute yourself.
You need to stop talking with that ice in your mouth.
Huh? Ain't no ice in my mouth right now.
Yeah, what you chewing on something?
I was. I'm not anymore.
Can she hear us? I don't think the lady down there can hear us.
Mom, unmute your mic.
But she gotta turn her volume up too if she can hear us.
TeAma, that's your mother.
That is my mother.
I was getting ready to say, that lady and TeAma look just alike, but I didn't want to say nothing about I wasn't sure.
Unmute your mic.
I'm in the NICU and the babies just got quiet. But mine is sitting right there.
Yeah, she's having technical difficulties. Let me ask you another question. Did y'all get any negative feedback from family members or friends?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let me tell you, for
lots
me,
of
my mama stopped talking to me altogether. My mom said she don't have no gay daughter.
And you showed her different.
Oh, that's what I said. I said, okay, that's fine. Tooted up my butt and walked the other way. Me and my mom, we saw each other in Walmart. She'll tell you, I looked her dead in her eye, looked and kept going. In this life, you only got you to live for. I can't live for my mom, my father, and nor would I expect my son to live for me.
Okay,
My mom, there she go.
That's better. I had the mic on. I had it turned up and everything. It's just when it went through that little interruption there, it came back where I couldn't hear anyone, so I just started it over.
What did you do?
Now I can hear.
But did you hear me earlier when I thank you for your lasagna?
Yes, I heard that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Hugs legacy.
You're welcome.
Same question we had for the other two young ladies. What age was your child when you first discovered or found out that they were a part of the LGBT community? How did the conversation go, and how did you feel?
Well, it didn't come to me directly. It kind of like just came up in a situation, and I noticed it. And I didn't really say much to her about it except, what I know that the Bible says about it. And I say I'm gonna sit back and watch the show. And for a while there, we weren't really on speaking terms, and then we was on speaking terms, but I would not stay in her house. And I just showed her that the outcome of that is not going to be good because most females think they look better than you. Most females think the dominant one think they're stronger than you, but not in her case on that one. But, I can't see her letting anybody tell her what to do when it's a man. So I know good well a woman couldn't do it. I just didn't see it being hurt. I figured it was going to be a phase. But at any rate, if any of them come to me with that, I'm going to tell them what the Bible says. And my main saying is, I'm going to sit back and watch the show. That's it.
I like that.
I was finna say my biggest conversation was with Legacy the Great.
Oh Lord.
So let me ask you this. So when you're sitting back and watching the show, and you said at some point there was silence, there was no communication between the two of you. Now, during that silent treatment or during that silent time where there was no communication, did you feel some kind of way like you missed your daughter, you missed your child?
Well, see, the time that we was speaking had nothing to do with that. It's just a lot of her lifestyle was foul in my eyes. And I never let anyone um everyone would feel comfortable knowing feel let me rephrase that so it sound right. When you're not doing something right, you'll know it. I'm not gonna put on a fake move and act like I'm okay with what you're doing if I'm not. When my children got grown, I'm not the type to just go to their house, hang out, sit around. They would have to come and invite me to their house. And then sometime I didn't come then because I knew that a lot of their lifestyle would not be mine. Their company may use profanity even if they stop them. Or their company may come in smelling like cigarettes,
Let me
something like that.
interrupt that.
And my
This
sinuses
daughter of hers wasn't that person.
won't help me with
Because I will
that.
break your
That
face. You
wasn't it.
disrespect my mother. That
Yes,
wasn't this
they
daughter.
all would, but I just don't like being put in that situation, because I whoop other people's kids. I don't care how old they is.
All right.
I whoop them
Come
too.
on.
I whoop them
That's what
too.
I'm
I
talking
whoop them
about.
too.
That's what I'm talking about,
Tish
mama.
said, shout
There
out to
you
Wee
go.
Wee. Tish said, shout out to Wee Wee, whoever Wee Wee is.
That's Jasmine. That's Jasmine's nickname.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Shout out to Wee Wee.
So you spank other people's
Yeah,
children.
so the whole thing is how comfortable are they gonna feel without me? And then for a long period of time, I've been the mother, the father, the best friend, the one that got your back no matter what. I'm not gonna let you just walk into a situation with your eyes closed. Open your eyes, learn your lesson, and straighten it up. When you're ready to straighten it up, I'm there to help you with the come up. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my mama.
So how's the relationship with your child now?
Oh, it's much better. Much, much, much better. We talk every
All
day,
day.
several times a day, and it's a lot better, a lot better. Sometimes she left wing, but that's okay. Ain't
Miss
nobody
Melody.
perfect.
Miss Melody. Miss Melody. Would you say that y'all relationship is better now that she's married to a man and not in a relationship with another woman? Or would you say y'all relationship is just better because both of y'all have grown from prior mistakes that y'all have made in y'all past?
Well, our relationship got better before she got married, but when she left this situation alone, she said it wasn't for her, and I lived for that. So yeah, but she married somebody that can tolerate her strong
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Well, that's an understatement right there, Miss Mel.
Ooh.
She definitely is a tough cookie.
Hey, I told you, no hold bars.
I have a question for all of the ladies, and if you've already answered it, it's okay. How did the fathers react? I know you said something, Miss Simmons, about the fathers, but for everybody else, how did your children's fathers react?
It didn't matter on either side. My stepdad, dad, goddaddy, none of them cared.
My ex-husband, he didn't
Cause
have a
I'm a
problem. I'm
girl.
sorry,
I'm a
Teama.
girl. Girls get away
What?
with more
Yeah,
stuff than what the boys can.
that's exactly what I was finna say. It's because all of us said that our daughters. If one of us would have said our sons, it definitely would have been a different reaction. Because I've had this conversation with my husband, and my son's uncle about whether or not, if he decided to come to us and say, they have already said he would be he would be exiled from the family. He would be put out. He can't come around. Don't talk to him.
What?
He would be excommunicated off the island.
Adrian, what were you saying? Because I think TeAma started talking while you was talking. Y'all clash or something.
I know. I apologize for that, TeAma. I was saying that my ex-husband, he didn't have a problem with it. He didn't. He from what I know, because him and I don't talk like that. But from what I know in the conversations we've had, he doesn't. Oh, Jazz is answering that.
Jazz said, "Laugh out loud." My dad loved it when he found out I like women. He was so happy, he was speechless.
Okay, so there you go. I can tell you her brothers felt the same way, because her brothers were like, well, not so much, Devin is just like, Devin is happy-go-lucky. He just down for whatever. But Darius, that oldest boy, he was like, good. I'm glad she liked women, because I ain't having no boys come around here. And then one time she had a guy that was a friend of hers that she went to the movies with, and he was really upset. Ma, I thought you said Jasmine like girl. I was like, well, she doesn't. Well, what's she doing going to the movies with this boy? So, they all seem to be okay with it.
So they probably was more happy with her liking girls, because then she's bringing more girls around the house for them.
So Tony, how did your parents feel?
Well, my father had already passed away, so he wasn't an issue. But my mom, she didn't have an issue with it. She loved me the same, because I had a brother that was 8 years older than me that was gay, that was actually a transgender. So her having to go through it, that was, I'm not gonna say the norm for her, but she knew how to go through it. So when I came into the life, he being a transgender and me being, I was the masculine dude, the one that had the beard, still played sports, still went to college, still was visually normal. So I was more accepting, or more easier to deal with. But she liked us both the same. She didn't treat him or myself, or her or myself, any different. She loved us both equally. Actually, my mom was my best friend. Remember last month we was telling the Mother's Day stories. Yeah, that was my ace boom boom, my ride or die.
I used to have a lot of conversations with like young women that are gay that used to talk to me, and they had problems with their mothers accepting them for being gay. They used to always tell me, no matter what, just listen to her, be there for, try not to judge her, because their relationships with their mothers are strained as a result of the mothers doing things like Jasmine didn't have to do some of the extremes that some of the gay women I know had to go through. Like, she didn't have to go wear girl clothes out the house and then go change down the street. She didn't have to hide who she was, because I accepted her. Whereas a lot of the other gay women that I spoke to, they used to have problems because their moms used to make them dress like, they would get boyfriends and stuff just to bring around, so that the mother would be okay with them, thinking that they were with boys and things like that. Doing things like the extreme, like changing clothes, all of that, going out the house in dresses, and then getting to school and changing clothes, and then changing back. And, Jackie didn't have to go through any of that. And I used to listen to a lot of people. And then I also, from some of the mothers that had gay daughters, I knew because I kind of knew, but it just, like I said, it kind of happened. We didn't really talk about it. But from the mothers that had gay daughters that didn't accept it, I knew how I couldn't fathom the thought of not having a relationship with my daughter because of what her sexual preference is. And I knew that I didn't want to lose that relationship with her. It's too much other stuff that interferes.
Right.
There's a lot of other things that my children do that piss me off way worse than my daughter being gay. I knew that I didn't want to have I didn't want her sexuality to be a reason for our relationship to be strained.
Tish says, "Thank you, Mom, for your honesty. We don't have to agree, but we should be able to coexist. Should the child empathize with the parent's point of view? Is it better to not have mom commingle with friends?" That's a good question, Tish.
That is a good question. And for me, I can't answer that because, like I said, I'm accepting all the way around.
King, hey, Kelly. That's King Kelly, y'all.
Well, me personally, I canceled our friends all together and replaced them with just my mom. If you want one of my day ones, which will be Dre in 4th grade, Herman, 20 years. I don't have friends. My mama tell you, nobody comes in and out my house. So I feel half of the stuff me and my mom had to go through if we ever thought we was gonna be here. Cause honey, I was a force to be reckoned with as a little girl.
An
This
understatement.
that smile is real cute, but
Girl,
behind that smile is something vicious.
You're forced to be reckoned with now.
No, I'm talking about in that period. Like literally, my mom had to change her life. She gave herself to God. At that time, when she say I was doing stuff that wasn't in her, I was a full-time drug dealer. My hands was in some of everything. So, so basically, I feel we had to go through that.
One thing I can say, I raised 4 girls, and there's one son, and then one son I pulled in, but I've always had to give that tough love and put my foot down because girls sometimes think they have more tricks up their sleeves than you ever saw. But then I had to let them know I'm just as crazy as you are, crazier. But as I got to, experience life and learn a lot, I teach my kids that, and I say kids but they're all grown now, that if you have a preference of the same sex, it's not your preference. It's something you chose because the ones that don't have a yearning for the opposite sex should have a yearning for doing God's work because that's what He designed you for. And you're robbing God of the precious gift He gave you to preach. And that way you'll have more time. When you're married, you have to give time to that person as well. But otherwise, God look at you as a, a, a vessel that He can use in the ministry and one that has empathy and feelings towards people. Most gay men and women that I do meet do have a heart. Some of them are very nice, and they care about people's feelings. And that's a gift that a lot of people don't have. But if they put their life in God's hand, they'll find out that they will be used by God in a large way. And they will find happiness that they never dreamed of.
I have a question for all 3 of the mothers. Oh, sorry.
How's your Twilight, Kelly?
I have a question for all 3 of the mothers. Looking back on the situation, looking back on the years, do you ever look at yourself and say you feel that maybe that's something you did wrong, or where did I go wrong, or did I?
Nope. No. Nothing.
No. I never thought about where did I go wrong because you raise your children and you raise them and they walk a path that you don't walk once they get grown, and then they make a decision, and then they either find out that decision is right or they find out it's wrong. But I tell them all that you don't have to be a doormat. Get up. Don't let nobody walk over you like a doormat. And it happens more so than it doesn't in all relationships. I don't care if it's women and women, men and men, or woman and man. You know, how you gonna see eye to eye if you got somebody keep kicking dirt in your face? And truthfully, when you're not doing it the right way, that's what happens.
Nadine said TeAma's story sounds similar to hers.
It is almost.
Miss Beverly said she can't connect. Sorry she can't connect, but she's loving the comments and she's sorry for being late. I think that's the only ones I can remember as far as the comments that we moved.
Over there.
Okay, I'm getting old.
Okay, just a moment. Let's break for a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Just-in-time accessories definitely have the bling and everything in between. TeAma Copeland is your independent paparazzi agent. Join her live online Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join her on Facebook at TeAma Sweetness Copeland or her fan page, Just-in-Time Accessories, or you can find her on YouTube at TheAnthonyBrownShow. That once again is Just-in-Time Accessories. Everything is only $5. Nickel and lead-free jewelry. TeAma Copeland, independent paparazzi agent. Just-in-Time Accessories definitely have the bling and everything in between. Check her out.
Make sure you go over to Goli.com and get your Goli gummies today. They have 3 selections, 3 choices to choose from. They have the apple cider vinegar, the ashwagandha, and new, they now have the superfruit. In addition to going over to GoliGummies.com, make sure you use the A.T.L as your discount code and receive a huge discount. It supports the channel and the podcast. In addition to all of that, the gummies, they're a source of antioxidant. They have vitamins B9, B12, promotes general good health, helps improve your daily health, contains pectin, a source of dietary fiber, uses pectin as a natural prebiotic to support the healthy gut and immune system, includes the mother, a healthy strain of bacteria, antioxidants, and enzymes. Mask the unpleasant taste of the apple cider vinegar. It's simple, it's delicious, it's Goli.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Again, I just want to reiterate that if you guys go over and purchase merchandise from the link in the description below, when you purchase merchandise for the A.T.L show or whether it's from the Anthony Brown show, it definitely supports the channel and it costs to do what we do over here, so we would definitely appreciate it. And the same token, if you go over and purchase your Goli gummies, right now I think they're doing 15% off if you use the discount code, the A.T.L. So if you go to Goli.com and purchase Goli gummies, they have the 3 different flavors. But if you do, use the A.T.L, one word, and you get your discount. Miss Savage.
Yes, sir.
Tell them about it.
So, okay, the A.T.L show is going to be doing the Dear A.T.L letters. We're going to be reading different emails that you guys send us and giving you advice. The letters will be anonymous. Your name will never be shared. You're going to go ahead and email us at theanthonybrownShow@gmail.com. And once we receive our first letter, we'll go ahead and start this particular segment, okay? Relationship advice, marital advice, advice with your kids, job, whatever you need. Spiritual advice, maybe spiritual, I don't know. But everything else, yes. the Anthony Brown Show at gmail.com.
That's it. Write your letters in, dear A.T.L. And your letters will be read.
We're not saying A.T.L. hold to the people. And don't forget, your letters will be anonymous. The emails will be anonymous. Huh?
Unless you want us to read your name.
Unless you want us to tell your name. If you don't, that's fine. If you got a friend that want to write in, have your friend write in or whatever you want to do. But we're going to start that as soon as we receive our first email.
Okay.
Thank you. Tish says, are the parents' fear related to the often reckless lifestyle associated with the LGBTQ community? Does it matter if your child doesn't look gay?
Parents answer that?
Again, for me, it's just like my situation is so different until none of those things really apply to me. None of them. I would, none of them really apply because that's my baby. That's my dog. So
I have a question about the question. What do you mean when you say often reckless lifestyles associated with LGBT? Because I didn't know there was a reckless lifestyle associated with that.
Well, I don't know where you've been. You know what I mean? A lot of times it is a lot of recklessness with it because and this is from people I know that are gay that have been reckless, and that's not stereotypical. It's just from the personal situations that I know of. Oftentimes when they feel like nobody is accepting of them and what they're doing, they go out and they become reckless. You know what I mean? And that could be for heterosexual. But with anything,
yeah, I was gonna say when you say expunge upon the word reckless. What do you mean by
reckless? Because I know there's a certain type of reckless. I'm trying to figure out what type of reckless she's specifically referring to.
When I hear reckless, I'm thinking hoeing around, but that's in the heterosexual as well as the LGBT.
True.
Hold it.
True.
It is
you
true.
The biggest hole always holler about A.T.L. hoes. Don't say hold it, nothing.
I don't know what you're talking
I'm gonna
about.
leave that alone because I can't speak intelligently on it because it's not me and I don't stereotype anybody. I'm just saying from the different questions, different things that were, well, she is saying the stereotypes but you're right, because it could be heterosexual too, but that's just like the best synopsis I can give is, and this is unrelated, but to give you an idea of what I mean about when I say stereotype. People are loud and like, for instance, we all African American in here right now. If we have a group or a gathering and people are loud and it's loud music and things like that, the police are called. Who gets any louder and rowdier and crazier and drunker than white people? And make a bunch of noise. Nobody says anything about them. So I think what she means by the recklessness of it is because, and it does happen in heterosexual, but because it's so much a stigmatism on the gay community, there are a lot of loose gay guys, a lot of loose gay women sleeping around, going out tricking and things like that.
Allegedly.
I'm just trying to make a point on what I think.
Get to
Hey sis, speaking about black people and how we lie when we get together, I wish I had a copy of that video that you sent me with that lady who got they wrote her a ticket for talking on the cell phone too loud.
Exactly.
Did y'all see that video?
Huh?
Did y'all see that video?
Saw it. I never saw
they
it.
wrote this lady a ticket because she was talking too loud on her cell phone. Nadine said you need to drop off. Everyone have a fantastic evening. Love you, Adrian. Thanks for coming, Miss Nadine.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Hit that subscribe button.
I do. I feel like heterosexuals are way, way more reckless and way more out there and have way more sexual partners.
What?
But
she said,
I mean, because I know somebody
that's tomfoolery.
Well, let me tell y'all what Jasmine just said to me about what she thinks that my cousin may mean about like the reckless. She said that she feels that a lot of parents may be afraid, and maybe reckless wasn't the word, but maybe a lot of parents are afraid of their children being gay because of the way gay people are treated by other people that are
Now,
outside of
true.
the LGBTQ community.
I can
That's what
understand
Definitely
that.
true.
that to me. So I wouldn't call that reckless. I would say that maybe because of the attack, because I have had that worry. I have had that worry. I used to have a worry at one time when Jasmine was in high school. A lot of the guys in the football team and stuff like that were like real close with her. And I used to have a fear that because I have heard men say this, I have heard it. They go sleep with them until they get them back straight. And I'm being loose, light with my words because mama's in here and I don't want to disrespect her in any kind of way. But I think y'all get my point. So
Right.
I used to have that fear or either a fear of people attacking her, because at one time too, there were guys on that football team that used to want to fight my daughter because got a nice looking daughter, and in these days, and call it a fad or whatever it may be. Every time she goes somewhere, women are always looking at her, always trying to, come on to her. And that was a big thing in high school because Jasmine was always on the varsity team or whatever sport she played on. And a lot of the guys used to be intimidated because all the women used to go to her versus coming to them. So for me, I did used to
They were
have
dating.
I had a fear that, this will hurt my child because she is gay, or you know what I mean, or either those ignorant ones that I have heard say she gets some of this D, she'll be straight, you know what I mean? So those are kinds of fears that I did have at one point in time.
I had females tell me that too. If they give me some of that pee, they're gonna turn me around.
Right.
I think you're gonna turn me around before I get it because I don't want it. But I have a question for all the ladies on the panel. Let me think how I'm gonna word this question. Well, go ahead. I gotta figure out exactly how I want to say it.
I don't know. My daughter's still young, so
Right.
I don't really have those problems. Yes, I am one of those parents. I want to meet all your friends. Bring them over here. I want to see them. I want to
Right.
meet
That's
them.
how I was
I want
too.
to be around them. I do run into that problem. My husband does not like it. I want my house. You can't go over to Sarah's house. Sarah can come over here.
I was like, right. I was like that.
Yeah, I'm very skeptical of my children going else places. My children aren't around men. If it's not Legacy the Great or they daddy, they don't need to be there.
They're doing that.
Legacy, why you so
Miss
quiet?
Simmons, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Maybe you mentioned this, and I'm trying to work this with precaution. Does your daughter dress feminine or masculine? She's
a girly girl down to the core. But the funny part is she likes girly girls. She wants them to dress the same way as her. She wants both of them. They going to get their nails done together. They're doing girly girl things. She's never been one to dress. Now she'll put on a pair of basketball shorts and go shoot basketball with my husband, but she is very prissy and sedity.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. What advice would you three mothers give to other parents out there, mothers and fathers, that's going through a similar situation where their child has just told them, "Hey, I'm this way or that way," and the parent has ostracized them, and don't want to. I know I messed up the word, but don't want to deal.
Pretty good.
Don't want to deal with them. Have isolated them. Probably even put them out the house. What advice would you, as a parent that have gone through this situation with the LGBT child, what advice would you give to a parent of today?
I'm not going. Hold on. Let me reword that. I'm not going to say most because I was raised up in a Christian household. My mother is in the church. My father is a pastor, but it's more so they do it because of the way and what their beliefs are is the reason why they do it, I would turn to them and tell them, well, what if God turned his back on you?
Right.
Because
Right.
I can't.
all of us sin and fall short.
I
But
can't.
all of us sin and fall short. So
I can't.
if
I
God turned
can't.
his
I
back on
can't.
us for all the sins that we did, I knew he was gonna do it, Legacy the Great.
Wow, that was deep.
But
that's crazy.
Because when you speak about sin, since we going there, when you speak about sin, there is no big sin or no small sin.
Oh
Sin is sin.
God. Oh
Whether I
God.
curse, whether I sleep with a woman, whether I sleep with a man and I'm an adulterer, if I tell a lie, if I steal, God don't stand there at the pearly gates and say, okay, let me see it. You
Goodness.
go to hell because you slept with a woman. You going to heaven because you
Sis, you
fornicated.
almost
You get what I'm saying? So sin is sin.
you almost brought me in, but I'm not gonna let you bring me in today.
I love you, bro. But I feel
I
like
love you too, but I'm not gonna let you, Miss Adrian, bring me in on this foolishness. Cause that right there, what you said, and that conjunction that Miss Adrian just agreed to is plum foolery.
It ain't foolery.
Even though you might not accept it and you might not like it, I feel like parents should open their minds and their heart to that child. You have loved that child for how many years? Up
And
until you found this
But
out.
listen, sis, listen to me. I'm gonna say this, and I have been quiet. This is probably the only show in history we done had that I done been quiet 90% of the time.
Lick your tongue out. I know it's bleeding because you done been biting.
It is. But I'm gonna say this. I do understand accepting someone's truth, but we also have to understand.
Cast the first stone.
Sis said, let he who is without sin
cast the first stone.
But I'm not even gonna entertain that what she just said. I'm gonna say this. People have already been set in their lives and how they believe of how they've been taught. Just because someone wants, let's say it's my child, just because my child wants me to accept what he or she believes that they want to endeavor in has nothing to do with me.
It doesn't.
I don't have to accept a motherfucking thing. Because guess what? I am my own person. And if I say, look, if that's how you want to live your life, live it, but you can't live it like that around me, then you got some choices to make. Now listen, if my child is in my house, and this is how my child wants me to accept him or her, then if I'm telling you, listen, that's what you want to do, but I don't have to accept it inside of my house. Now, to those that can deal with it, then kudos. But we also have to respect that other people have beliefs too, and that they don't want to accept what they've been taught all their life is to be wrong. I'm not saying nobody's way of life is wrong. What I am saying is, since I don't know the truth, and I don't know if this wrong all the way in God's eyesight or right or however he gonna accept it. For me, if you're my child, I am just going to ask you to live your lifestyle the way that inside of my house structure, the way that I want it to be lived. And when you turn 18 and get the hell out, that's how you can live it. But you can't do it around me.
Okay, so I gotta ask. So just knowing that your child is gay, he or she can't stay in your house.
Listen, that's not what I said, Ms. Adrian. What I said
I'm asking.
That's why I'm finna clear it up. If that's my child's lifestyle and that's what my child wants to do, as long as none of those activities come inside of my house, and I don't have to partake on none of that inside of my area, then do what you gotta do.
What activities are we speaking of? What activities are we speaking of?
I don't personally. Hold on.
Genders would not be allowed. Like if
we ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that.
You're not bringing your boyfriend to my house.
We're not doing none of that.
That's exactly what he's stating, and that's why I said earlier that we had this discussion, and my husband and my brother discuss that they would be ostracized. They would no longer be. Listen, if you can come around and you can conduct yourself accordingly, then you can come on. But you're not going to bring that around. This is why I said that earlier, because I did have this conversation because I wanted to know where my husband and my brother stood on the situation, because it prepares you mentally and emotionally. And like I explained to both of them, I would never cut my son off, but for them it would be cut off. You not come around here. You not coming around here looking like that. You not coming around here dressed like that. You not coming around here acting like that. You not coming around here with somebody that, according
Well,
to
this is what I'm gonna say. That since ain't nothing you said is a lie. That was the exact statement. But I'm gonna tell you this. I love, and everybody on this panel can tell you that know me. I love my kids. I do. But me, I ain't talking about legacy. I'm gonna tell you about Antonio Williams.
I'm
gonna tell you about him.
Deep. This real deep.
I can live without anybody. I'm built that way. So whether they came in this world from out of me and I fed them all their life, if this is how this ends, that's how it ends.
So
because I can live without anybody.
I just gotta ask you a question to elaborate. So is it only a thing where if they're gay, they can't bring the same sex in? I suppose that same sex is just their friend and it's nothing going on with them.
It's not even that for me, Miss Adrian. What I'm telling you is
you keep talking. Let me finish, because you're not letting me ask the question. Because I guess where I'm confused is, what exactly do you think gay people do in the house?
I don't. That's not my issue, Miss Adrian. Right. We're talking about my child. That's not an issue about what I think.
Maybe you're not understanding my question.
That's what you just said.
No, I'm asking you because you obviously don't understand, because you're not answering it accordingly. And you're telling me that just the mere fact of knowing that person is gay.
No, that's not it.
Okay, so you're saying you don't want any of my daughter, for instance. If it were your daughter, you know your daughter's gay. Are you saying that you don't want her to bring any of her gay friends in your house? Is that what you mean?
This is what I'm saying.
Yes or no?
If that is I don't have to answer it like that, Ms. Adrian. That's not my choice of answering it the way you want me to answer it. But I will give you my answer.
Asking you to answer that way so I can understand.
I will give you my answer. I will give you my answer to that. But it's not a yes or no answer. What I would tell you is, inside of my house, because of how I believe it can, the aura of me, how you say you let your daughter participated and did all that other type of stuff, dressed how I'm not with all that.
So I have a sister who is not gay, but she dresses just like my daughter. So
my daughter is going to dress like a girl.
Period. I'm gonna answer that for him.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Yes, I will answer that for him so you can understand.
Words, if my daughter is gay, if your daughter is gay, she has to dress like a girl.
It doesn't matter if she's gay.
It don't matter if she's gay or straight. She's going to dress like a girl.
A female is going to dress accordingly. They are going to.
Period.
My youngest daughter is 7 years old, and her father, his brother, has taught her that girls only wear dresses and skirts. It could be below zero out the door in the winter time. She is not going to put on a pair of long pants to go to school because, mommy, girls wear dresses or skirts, because my daddy said girls only wear dresses or skirts. They believe.
Now hold on, sis.
And my daughter, I think pants over their bathing suits because they uncle and they daddy say they need to cover it up.
They're gonna cover it up. But I'm gonna say this: I don't have a problem. My brother is a little bit more than I am, but I'm okay with my daughter.
A little bit more what than you are?
A little bit more, but
eccentric.
We'll use that word. But I don't have a problem with my daughter wearing jeans. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that, you know what I'm saying? I think people need to, if you're not going to do what you want to do in my house, that's what I'm saying, period.
Yeah,
Has
his
nothing
daughter
to
not
do,
wearing basketball shoes
with
and tank tops.
gender, has nothing to do with sex. It has that inside of these walls where bills are paid for by me. You're not going to do what you want to do. If you decide that that ain't where you want to live at, there's always swings 2 doors. The
Oh, I
front
feel
door
you.
and the back door.
That's why I left
Period.
mommy's house at 17 and a quarter. Because I didn't like
Yes.
what she wanted me to do. So I left. So
Yes,
I'm
ma'am. And that's fair.
with
And
you
that's
on
fair.
that.
That's fair, Ms. Adrian, because guess what? Everybody has rules and regulations inside of their domain. And when you get to a point, I left home at 16 because I didn't want to live up under the rules and tyranny that my mama wanted me to live by. But what I can tell you is this: in those years of me not being up under my mom from 16 and my dad from 16, and so many times I wished that I just would have stayed 16 and went on ahead and got them extra whatever many more years that I could have lived up under my mother's protection and guidance. Because outside in that world out there is hell. It's a whole jungle out there,
Oh, I know.
and it would devour you. Go
Beverly
ahead,
said,
Sam.
my brother bashed my son until it came into his house. He got in his feelings, and the one thing I told him was to love his daughter and not to turn his back on her.
Wow.
I've never bashed anybody. I just know what I'm going to accept inside of my house and what I'm not. And everybody has their own right and preference to what it
Absolutely
is.
they do. It's just that I hope that it never comes to it never gets to a point like that, because then now you're deciding, because that's a tough one to be able. I just can't, as a mother, I can't. That's me. I don't
Well,
care
I
how
mean,
old
Miss Adrian, I
I
look for you mothers. I look for you mothers to be more, y'all are more
I
of
was gonna say the same thing.
a nurturing, y'all, that's what y'all do.
It's a mother's love and a father's love are two totally different domains. What a
yeah,
mother might accept, a father might not accept.
but my daughter's father did accept it. So I'm just saying, I'm just glad we
She's
are who we
she's
are.
very lucky,
She's
because
very
I can say
extremely lucky.
9 times out of 10, it's harder for a
Extremely
father to accept a son than it is for a daughter. But there are fathers out there. I'm coming, legacy. There are fathers out there that are not going to accept their daughters as well. And I'm not saying I can tell you Legacy the Great loves his children through and through, his nieces and nephews. I know he loves them. Will take a bullet for them. Going
Yes.
jail or hell by them. But there are just certain things that him and his brother are
nothing
just
wrong with that.
not
There's nothing
accepting of.
wrong with that. I'm
But
just
they
so
will love their
thankful I'm
children.
here
They
for
just
him.
gonna love them from afar. You over
Yes.
there. I still love you because you mine, but I love you from over there.
And like Miss Adrian say, um, and, and now that TeAma Mama has said what she said about sit back and watch the show, I love that statement, Miss Beverly. I really do love that statement, because in what young women do not, and when we're talking about this, because each one of these are about women that's on the podcast who have young women. A lot of those, and then I think Miss Adrian, I think you said that your daughter said that she didn't want to be with a man because maybe she saw, abuse in the household. But there is just as much domestic abuse from
I said
female
that.
to female as it is male to female right now in
Absolutely.
relationships.
That's the
And
first thing I said to her.
yes, ma'am. So what the misconception of it is, a lot of people don't, let's say this same sex universe, don't realize they get attached to what they like because of beauty, the same way that heterosexuals do, and they feel like that a man can't love them the same way as a woman loved them, because they've seen so much hurt prior to them getting into a real relationship. I'm not saying that they can't find love, because love comes in all shapes size, and fashions. But all I'm saying is, when I hear women say that, oh, I chose a woman because a man destroyed me. Nobody can destroy your mentality. That's something that you choose to give up. I was in a prison cell in the hole for over a year. And because God made me who I am, to be able to be strong the way that I am, that didn't break me. That didn't break me. People are
Did you say
mentally
no
weak.
one can destroy your mentality? That's what you said?
I control that. You control your own mentality.
Everybody not as strong as you.
Have
Maybe
you
the
ever heard
person was in a vulnerable position.
I just
You
said
never know
that.
the circumstances.
I just said that.
You
I
never know.
just said that at the end of that statement.
Maybe my phone went
Listen to
out because
what?
I ain't knew that.
Yeah, because you were trying to come in and talk when I was saying everybody don't have the same mental strength.
I know you ain't talking about somebody trying to come in and talk.
That's what I said.
Like sometimes
Mr. Diarrhea of the mouth.
Girls because of how they look.
Only after you wiped it.
You wish I wiped you.
Legacy.
Say what happened?
Legacy.
I'm listening.
Legacy. The question is, so let's say your child at 15 or 25 came out to you and said, I'm this way. Let's say it's a boy, he's still masculine, he's still hard. Visually, he's still a boy, but he likes boys. And he's that new age boy where they like masculine boys like masculine boys. So they look like homies. And this could have been one of the homies that have been coming around for the last 4 years, and they were loving for the last 4 years. But because you thought that was his homie, it was no issue. He didn't even spend the night at your house and everything. But 4 years later, he now tells you that he's gay. My homie is my lover.
How would I feel about it? If it happened in my house, I'm probably gonna try my best to knock him out.
I knew it was coming.
Because you at that time you have totally disrespected me, period. You have done this up under my roof when you know that I don't go for that. So at that time, when you decide to tell me that, be prepared to do what you got to do.
Shonda said, everybody, she has to drop off as well. Have a good evening. Love you, Adrian.
Good night.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Hit the subscribe button.
But Tony, there's a difference for me. If my son is 15 and he told me, and I tell him, me and him sit down and I say, okay, this is your life. But what I'm asking you, I can't prevent you from doing stuff outside of my house. But what you're not gonna be doing is doing it inside of my house.
Respect my
then
house.
Just respect my area. Respect my area. Well, let's say my son say, well, Daddy, you and Mr. Tony best friends. Guess what? Mr. Tony don't disrespect my area. It's not what he do. It's not his lifestyle that bothers me. It's the actions of what you're trying to say that I need to allow you to be inside of my house. Mr. Tony don't live with me.
So if my dude come here and we get married, are you gonna come to the wedding?
Yes, I will.
Didn't expect that one, but okay. He caught me off guard.
Tony is not my child. Tony is my friend. He's my brother. I will support him in his life because it does not have anything to do with me per se. But my own child coming to me, telling me this, because the question I think Savage asked Miss Adrian and Miss Beverly and you, Anthony, was, do you think that it was something that you did or something was wrong with you that caused you to or have you feeling sometimes? That would be my thing. because
I
something
didn't ask
inside.
that. I ain't asked that.
You asked it, Tony? Okay. But that would be my thing. That would be because it's hard for me, especially if it's my boys. You know what I'm saying? Especially. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering if something wrong with my genes, my DNA. It was something I did wrong for my son to. It's a little bit different from my daughter. I'm not okay with it at all, period, no matter how it comes. But what I'm telling you is I may be able to deal with it and accept it a little bit differently if it came from my daughter than my boys. That's just me.
I felt like I couldn't be hypocritical.
But like I say, to each his own. I mean,
so is that what you call a hypocrite?
Huh?
Is that what you call a legacy a hypocrite?
No. No.
Bump you, Tony.
Accepting of my daughter, I could not be a hypocrite because her mama like girls.
Oh God.
And that's another show.
But me, I don't have I mean, people gonna live their life, and I mean, I'm gonna be here for however long God gonna have me here, and then I'm gonna expire. Then guess what? My kids, hopefully, they live longer than me, and learn from their mistakes and learn from their experience, and hope that my grandkids, if I live to see them, can pick up on some things that maybe it is that I missed. I can honestly say that I've never. You know, growing up in South Georgia, let me just say that growing up in South Georgia, you know, it's country, so that type of lifestyle was really bashed upon. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a little bit more disdain growing up in South Georgia, where you know that not only would they you know mock you. Go ahead, Savage, read that baby before you.
Jazz says parents don't realize that their opinion on their child's sexuality creates unnecessary self-esteem issues on top of the cold world outside. It's a major reason behind suicides in the community.
I have nothing to do with that, Miss Jasmine. If my child decides that he or she wants to kill themselves because their dad does not accept that, then that's gonna be on them. They gotta deal with God on that.
They probably don't see it as their dad not accepting it. They see it as their dad not accepting them.
They don't have to wonder about it because their father is going to tell them.
So it's not possible for you to not accept the homosexuality, but accept your child? Because you don't have to agree with what they're doing.
It's not going to be in my house.
He never said he didn't accept the child. He never accepted the child. He just don't accept what they're doing in his home.
Down in his space. I love my child. You can be who you want to be at 15 or 16 or 17 or 18, 25. But as long as you don't have it in my space, I don't have to deal with it.
I understand him completely.
I don't have to be a part of it.
So my question to you is, if you're saying, with all of that being said, you're saying to me that if your child killed themselves because of your child feeling that, because what most children don't see is they're not seeing it as you not accepting the homosexuality, they're seeing it as you not accepting them.
Then
So
Miss
my
Adrian,
point is, God forbid that your child kills themselves because your child felt not that you didn't agree with the homosexuality, but you had a problem with the child themselves. If your child kills themselves, you're saying to me that's on your child.
Miss, I'm gonna still be able to live life.
What you're saying?
Yes, I can live on.
He's saying that he will have that conversation with a child.
And if we get what he's saying, Mama, we get it.
Then I understand exactly what he's saying. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding what he's saying, because what he's saying is that's a big thing there. That's huge. That's a whole different level that I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on. But okay. Okay. Good thing we talking hypothetically, because I don't think that if that really came to pass that you would feel that way. You could live without it.
Miss Adrian, that's the thing, sweetie. You know how I've heard Tony say you make good food. I've heard Savage say you make good food, so I can go off of what they say about what you do in the kitchen. Understand that there are plenty of people that can tell you that I mean everything that I say.
Everything.
Yeah, but then again, but you're speaking on a hypothetical situation too. So I don't
I'm
think
just telling you that that in life, that the life that I've endured, that I am built. No matter, God forbid that anything happened to my daughter. She is the light of my life, other than God. She makes me whole.
And that wholeness taken her life because of how you felt about her.
But if she decided that she wanted, if she decided that she wanted to end her life because her father said you cannot participate in certain activities up under my roof, and that's what she decided to do, she the one got to deal with God on that, not me, because I didn't kill myself.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good thing we're speaking hypothetically. And I hope it never comes.
But again, that's still your opinion. Just because you may not believe that.
Just
like because you may not.
Mine.
And the reality is, you can say what you want to. If you ain't in a situation, shit might change. Oh, sorry, Miss Mel still on here. Things might change. If you in a situation, you can say what you want to.
And that's what you're doing, saying what you want to, which means nothing.
Okay.
My opinion means something just like yours does.
Let's agree.
No, I didn't say your opinion didn't mean anything.
Let's agree to disagree.
That's what
That's why I said I'm leaving it alone. I just said I'm going to speaking like
before Miss Melanie had lost her connection, I had asked the question: what advice would she give to today's parents that's going through the same situation where they have a child that have recently told them that they're hey, mom, I'm LGBT. What advice would you give to a parent of today?
Well, definitely, I would tell them to keep calm. Number one, don't overreact. Listen to the child as far as what they're saying. In turn, they can listen to you. I agree with Legacy on the point that it can't be done in my house, meaning the practice can't be done in my house. I've had situations where my daughter's friends used to dress real hoochie. And I say, I don't want her sitting on my furniture. Apparently, they got a lot of toilet paper in their house because her shorts wiping her butt. So she don't need any. So therefore, it's not going to be sitting on my couch. So it doesn't matter if it's a homosexual thing or just something that's just foul that I don't agree with, because if they bring one of their friends to my house, I can give a witness. I can actually tell them I do have experience with knowing gay people. I didn't do it, but I live with them, being that I have been incarcerated before in prison. And I told those girls, they used to ask me to watch out for them. I say, watch out for what? I'm not watching. I got things to do just like you got things to do.
So Mama was a thug.
You got your birds and bees mixed up. Don't get it twisted. I still can show you some thug.
Okay.
Give it to him.
I sat in seat number 22 from the 9th grade to the 12th grade. Okay. Because that's the seat I chose. But not being that I was a bully, because I used to stick up for the underdog. But it's just that I want what I want. I'm a spoiled brat when I want to be.
Oh,
but
that's where you got it
no
from.
one
That's
is
what
going
Tamma
to
did from.
push what they do in my private spot. This is my peace of mind. And nobody is going to take my peace of mind away from me. Okay? If that's what you want to do, you got your own place. If you don't have your own place, get your own place. But it won't be practiced here. Okay? Now, you start letting your child do what they feel like doing in your private spot, you won't have a private spot. And they won't know how to have a private spot because you have not taught them to stand their ground.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Mhm.
Well, we're coming to a close. I know we could go on and on and on and take it to another hour, but I don't want to, and we don't need to. I want to bring it to a close. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, for sharing your time and your evening with me, and I really appreciate you. I thank you, Miss Melanie. Thank you, Miss Adrian. Thank you, Miss Anthony. And of course, I thank my wonderful co-hosts, T Savage, T Sweet, TeAma Sweetness, and Legacy the Great. But before we go, since it's Father's Day month, I want everybody that can tell a story about a father or a father figure in your life. And I'll start it off. The father figure that was in my life that was so memorable, and here's a story I want to tell real quick, was Robert Miller. Robert Miller is my uncle, and he was the father figure that I know and can remember. I remember is he taught me to believe in myself, to have, to always believe in yourself and believe that anything that you want to do, you can do. I remember when I first had the thought of even going to college, and in my mindset, I was thinking, this can't happen or it's impossible. I don't have the money, blah, 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 blah. He showed up like a genie from nowhere, and it's like, well, with a checkbook, it's like, okay, well, how much we need? We can make it happen. You want to go to college? Who do I make this payable to? So that was so special to me, and it meant the world to me that Robert Miller, senior, just jumped up to the plate and played the father role. And I thank him for it. Although he was my uncle, but he played the father role, and that's the only real father figure that I know. As a child. So anybody else?
Well, if anybody want to go before me? Well,
I didn't
listen.
really have no father figures in my life, so I'm just gonna have to say the father figure for me was my mother. God rest her soul, because she held it down like the man and the woman. You know what I mean? She brought home the bacon, she cooked it, she cleaned it up, she did it all. So I didn't have any father. I don't have any real. She taught me how to be independent. She
Yes,
taught me not
ma'am.
to depend on anybody. She taught me that no matter what job I do, she told me no matter what it is, if you shoveling poop, then you
Be the
be the
best.
shoveler that there is. She
Go
taught me
ahead,
to
Miss
always
Nathan.
pay my bills, taught me how to be independent. So, and I didn't, and it's unfortunate, I just didn't have a male figure in my life that taught me anything. My mom was mommy and daddy. She held it down and she taught me everything that there is to. So unfortunately, I just don't. But I ain't mad
Well,
about it because she made me the woman I am today, being the strong woman that she was, and had to play both sides of the fence.
for sure.
Okay,
Well,
thank you.
I
Anyone
thank
else?
God for my brother and my husband listening to my girls, my niece and my daughter this weekend showed me the wonderful job that the both of them are doing. They were on vacation and they had their own room. So of course I continuously went in there to check on them and listen to their conversations and to listen to them talk about, oh no, you can't come out of the room until you put a bra on because daddy gonna get on you, or you might want to change those shorts because gonna get on you. So listening to them and conducting themselves as young ladies at such a young age, because they know how their father or their uncle is going to react by
You already
certain
know.
things, shows me that
They're
they're on
listening.
the right track of being young ladies and conducting themselves as such, and knowing that they can conduct themselves as such when their father and their uncle is not around, that they have instilled in them the fundamentals and their values and their worth as women, that they're not going to walk around, they protect each other, and even putting on, even though it's not my choice, because I buy cute bathing suits for both of them and I don't feel like they need shorts on. Even, when they went to go to the pool, they had to have their shorts on. So I appreciate both of them for being strong men and showing our girls how they're supposed to act and how they're supposed to be treated. And y'all keep it up.
I appreciate that. I really do. I know bro do too. TeAma, go ahead, baby. She probably can't hear me. TeAma, Savage, go.
I don't have a story. I'll just say that I appreciate my dad and the man he is, and the stuff he had to tolerate from me, and I'm still breathing. He didn't kill me. So I just got a little story. I can remember a time where we was in church and I was singing in the youth choir, and he was preaching like it's 200 some people in the church, and he's preaching and I'm talking. Apparently, he said, "Be quiet, Anya," in the sermon, but I'm talking too much, so I can't hear it. So I'm steady talking. Be quiet, Anya. Still talking. Can't hear him. All of a sudden, I hear dead silence, and I hear, "Shut up! Shut up, Anya!" in front of the whole church. Mortified, embarrassed. Even as an adult, it's like whatever. But when you 14 or 13 or 15 and your dad is a pastor, he's telling you to shut up in front of the whole congregation, you know how much that puts your little pride?
He said in Jesus' name.
I was hurt.
In Jesus' name.
Right, but he was that nigga. He was that nigga showing out on me. But I appreciate him. Listen, like I told y'all the other week, they told me they should have beat me more. So I'm just thankful that I am not sitting in nobody's jail cell right now. So,
Miss Melody,
for tonight.
Give us one, Miss Melody.
Well, every day is Father's Day to me. I don't.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't start.
Thank you.
Somebody mute Legacy, please.
Thank you.
You just made his night.
Miss Melody, don't start him. Don't do it.
He just got the
I love you.
I see it. His hat don't even fit no more.
Boy, I got the whole lemon head logo on my head right now.
You already had that big lemon head before now, so
be quiet.
But I had a lot of positive role models in my life. My dad and my mom got a divorce when I was 8 years old, and I was the one told her to get the divorce. But yeah, he beating on my mama. I was gonna have to kill him. So, and at 8 years old, I told him I would kill him. So,
TeAma, I see where the apple don't fly too far from the tree.
So he did leave, and it was a better relationship with us. He stood up for me when his wife was wrong as far as my stepmom was concerned, and things like that. I had MJ Elliott used to come to my back and call. I had Robert Miller used to come to my back and call. So, yeah, your uncle knew me when I was a little girl.
Wow.
And he would bring me things and stuff like that. So, I had quite a few. I could go on and on. I guess that's why I'm kind of strong-willed myself. And I didn't allow a man to hit me, ever. So.
Well, that's right.
That's how it is. You hit me before you can hit me, you're going to get fired upside your head quick. And I don't think it's going to be with me. So, they taught me. They taught me to respect myself first, love myself first, and that's it. So yeah, I had quite a few role models. So that's just to name a few.
TeAma.
TeAma, can you hear?
She
can
might be
hear,
talking to
but
one of
I
them
know
nurses.
she might can't.
These babies are sounding off.
Oh,
Yeah, she can't talk.
Okay, man, we heard. I'm gonna tell y'all about okay, Tim, I'm gonna tell y'all about the great man that was in my life. I done talked about him before, but I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. Me and my brother Travis. I think I'm in the ninth grade. He in the 8th grade, and my dad was a roofer. So when it's hot outside, they got plenty of work to do. But if it rains, and it rains a good bit, it'll close it down for the day. Well, we didn't realize that it had done rain when my daddy had to go do some work at. And I think it was in Live Oak, Florida, or something like that. And we in Valdosta, Georgia. So we come home from school, and my mama ain't got home from work, and we don't see no sign of my daddy. So we do our normal routine. We cussing like sailors. I'm talking about giving it up. You hear me? You mother, all throughout the house. So
ain't no parent home.
Ain't nobody home. They don't get home at 5:30. We already home at 4 o'clock. We got a good hour of cussing to get in. Hour and a half. So listen, now mind you, my brother Travis was just in the living room. I'm talking about right here, and so the kitchen was, you swing around and the kitchen would be right there. So I go in the kitchen. I remember plain as day, I was telling him he couldn't get no Swiss roll for the lunch because it wasn't open, and that the only thing he could get is an oatmeal pie. And he told me, I'm getting me a mother Swiss roll. So again, we just going at it. So now he done cussed. I feel like he done cussed like he just grown. So I tell him, mother, if I ever hear you cuss like that again, I'm gonna beat your mother. I'm waiting on a curse to come back because my brother Travis ain't but 1 year younger than me, so he ain't scared of me, but he quiet. So he ain't never replying. I come from around the corner to see what's going on, and Travis is like this, standing in the hallway looking up like this. My daddy done came out. My daddy done came out the closet.
Hold on, that's that color purple look in my STER, mister.
And my daddy was kind of tall, so he looking up like this. I come around the corner. Why the you ain't saying? And I see it. Let me tell you something. The coolest thing was that, and listen, my dad say, so this what y'all do when ain't no adults on, huh? Y'all around here just cussing like sailors. Listen, my dad sat us down. He said, you know what? I ain't gonna whoop you today because I know I done been a child, but y'all need to touch. But he said, I promise you the next time I catch y'all cussing, I'm gonna have to get that skin. My daddy just left it like that. Tell me why 2 days later, we come in and check the damn closet. Look, oh, excuse me, Miss Melody. We check the closet looking for my daddy. He ain't in no closet. He ain't under no bed or nothing. My daddy is in the laundry room. Done took the clothes out the laundry baskets and put them over himself in the laundry room. And since we don't see nobody grown,
I got y'all.
Listen, no, not only do he get us cussing, he catch me and my brother fighting in the house, tearing it down. And that man came from, we over there fighting in the kitchen, I'm talking about all over the place. That man got tired of hearing that fumbling and bumbling and came from my brother. God, they ain't gonna cover.
Y'all crapped the brick, didn't y'all? I know y'all crapped the brick.
I'm not cracking. I'm not mad because I know he see a fight. I realized that we was just cussing. And my daddy believed in whooping you for the old and the new. He said, y'all can go in there and take them things off and lay across the bed. I just need you
I hate them kind of beatings for the old and the new. They hurt me to my soul.
Yes, sir. But, you know, he told us something. My daddy was and I done said it before because I never was raised by my real dad. And to all the stepfathers, and I don't really like to say stepfather because that belittles the job that he has done by calling him a step. So to my father, John Stanley Williams, the man that took on the responsibilities of 3 little boys that were not biologically yours, but you took it on like a shield and buckle, and went about the task that was at hand to make sure that we understood what it was to have a father. I know you're gone and everything, but I at that time I didn't appreciate those butt whippings, but I done had to reissue some of them myself, sir. So but I appreciate everything that you've done for me, my brothers. Some of my friends got it too. They appreciate it too. And sometimes we just have to I think, what I'm saying, and I do understand a lot of us men don't do enough to make women honor us and uphold us as kings in our prides or whatever. But I just think that we need to get out more and do more and take some of the burden off of some of these women that are great, mothers and fathers, and just pull together and give it all you got. And at the end of the day, let your cards lay where they lay, and it'll be the story be whatever it is at the end.
Wonderful. Everybody had an awesome story. Well, again, I want to just thank everybody for showing up tonight, and thank you for your time. We went a little bit over schedule as we always do. I tried not to, but when we start talking, it just goes. But definitely tune in Friday 9:00. I haven't come up with a topic yet for Friday, but next Tuesday we're gonna have I don't know, do I call them a trans? But I have a guest that's coming on next Tuesday. This person that it was originally a female, had the top surgery, and now has had the bottom surgery. So now it's a full boy. But he's coming on the show Tuesday to tell his story. So that's going to be our topic Tuesday. Friday, I don't have a topic yet, but once we get off the show, we'll figure out our topic for Friday. But definitely tune in Friday, 9:00, and definitely tune in next Tuesday at 9:00 as well. So it's Tuesdays and Fridays at 9:00. Be right here at the A.T.L show. Anything else?
Anthony.
It's not here.
We lost her.
Okay. Miss Adrian.
Yeah.
You know what I need, lady?
No, what you need?
Give it to him one time.
Not with Miss Melody, Cole.
Miss Melody, I love you, but we gotta end the show. Go on and hang up.
I will do that.
Bye, Miss Mel. Good to see you, Miss Mel.
Miss Adrian, give it to him, baby.
Give him what? What are you talking about?
How did you end the show last time?
Huh?
Hey.
How did you end the show the last time for us?
I don't know. How did I?
A.T.L.
A.T.L. Oh, A.T.L. hoes.
You know it.